Listening the last panel, I was thinking all the distance from the first time I came in this place. It was in September 2011, and I had the impression at that time that Japanese colleagues were expecting us to give advice and so on. Now we are listening and we are learning. And I was so pleased to see these ladies.
So what do you learn today?
I learned that now we can listen the voice of Fukushima, that people have a strong voice. They know where they want to go. They accept the diversity. They accept the fact that people have different views. But they really also, I think there is this quality of listening to the people and trying to understand deeply. You know, I was listening to these ladies here, they go so far in the understanding of the other. It's really impressive. It's really impressive. And you know, today, almost no numbers, nothing. You know, 5 years ago, it was just presentations with numbers, with scientific evidence, and so on and so on. Today, this is people, the human dimension of people. Because a nuclear accident, of course, is a matter of radioactivity, and there is a problem of managing this radioactivity. And radioactivity can be very harmful. But there is also, we have to as a scientist, we have to help people to understand when it is not really a problem and when it is a real problem. And in Fukushima, most places, it's not a problem anymore. It's people have to be vigilant, of course. But there are still places where it is a problem, and it will be a problem for a long time. And this is our duty to try to help there. Help and to accompany the people, because there are some people who want to live there, who want to go back to their home. So how can we help them, if it is possible, to do that? But radioactivity is one aspect. But the other aspect is the human aspect, what I call the human dimension of the accident. A nuclear accident is really shaking the society and each individual very, very strongly. And this is very important that this dimension be taken into consideration. A nuclear accident, it's not only a problem of radiation dose, decontamination, and compensation. It's a human dimension, a human problem that has to be looked at very carefully and with a lot of understanding and a lot of I said that in my presentation, you know, a lot of humility. I mean, I learned from these people. We learn what has to be done, what will have to be done in the future if there is another accident. I hope there will be, no, but you know, I started to work in Chernobyl in 1990. And after a few years, I started to speak about the experience of Chernobyl, and with having in mind that, you know, maybe there will be another accident one day. I hope not, but maybe. And this is our responsibility as professionals to say what is at stake, what are the problems. Otherwise, we are not responsible people. And I have to say that with many of my colleagues, people were listening at us a little bit skeptical, you know, to say, okay, but this is, Chernobyl was a particular thing. It's not a problem. Then Fukushima happened. And people were, you know, very surprised. And we had to make the transmission of the experience of Chernobyl. Now, Fukushima, I hope there will be no more accident. But who knows? Who knows? And in that case, the experience of Fukushima will be very, very important.
One quick question. You mentioned that there's no number discussion here today.
Yeah.
But why It's strange for me, outside point of view.
No, but because I think the purpose of this symposium was not to discuss about numbers. It was to think about what has been done over the last 5 years.
Maybe that number triggered the fear of the local people. What do you think?
No, I don't think so, because numbers are everywhere. If you look at the literature, every day there are papers written about Fukushima with numbers, with a lot of information. So the problem is not to... we know this information. You know, as journalists, you know very well where you can find this information.
Basic question. What is the reason why the 167 children diagnosed as a throat cancer here? And Chairman Hoshi said yesterday in Tokyo press conference that it seems nothing to do with the radiation, but it's very strange to outsiders. What do you think of the reason why 167?
First of all, I will tell you, I'm not a specialist about thyroid cancer.
You are an economist.
No, I am not a specialist. They are very most prominent people here that could answer that.
But they say nothing to do with radiation. What do you think of their theory? It's strange to me or media people. Why it happens?
No, it's a complex issue. It's a complex.
No criticism on the radiation or nuclear power plant. It's very strange.
No, but
just simple. Go forward. What is this? What happens here?
Yeah, the last.
No, but there was a nuclear accident.
Yes.
Okay. There was contamination of land. There was people received exposure.
Yes.
And then there are facts. There are scientific elements that we can say. I mean, Fukushima has nothing to do with Belarus or with Chernobyl in terms of impact.
Yeah, sure.
In Belarus, in CIS, in Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, as I know, it was after a few years there was evidence that there was a large increase of thyroid cancers, and that these cancers progressively science made the evidence that they were related to radiation. Okay. Here, but this was many years after the accident. Here, as a precautionary approach, the Japanese government has made a decision to do a survey of the thyroid nodules, of the thyroid of the children, because there was the experience of Chernobyl.
Yes,
okay.
Chernobyl experienced that 5 years after the accident, they denied any increase of the throat cancer and nothing to do with radiation, but 10 years later they accepted that.
No, but you know, in Chernobyl, the thyroid cancer started to be screened many years after the accident, because it was not expected to have.
Because
cancer.
They started later.
Yeah, they started later. I mean, nobody was expecting to have these thyroid cancers. It's just after a while, after many years, some doctors they say, oh, but there is a problem here. You know, it's unusual with 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, and they started to think about to investigate the situation.
Local doctors showed the children to the Dr. Shigematsu as IAEA scientists, but they denied any cause.
No, but you know, you try to enter to put me in the debate. I don't want to discuss this. I mean, it's just because.
Basic question. What happens here?
What happens? You know exactly what happens.
Same course to the
no, it's not the same level of dose, and it's not the same approach of screening people. It was done very early, and we know. Scientists say everywhere in the world that if you screen any population in the world, you will find nodules in people. This doesn't mean that it will become cancers. First, secondly, it can be related to many aspects, not only with radiation. So, I mean, at the moment, I would say, I'm not a specialist, but I would say wait and see what is done here. I think the FMU, I think, is doing the best they can to try to have the situation in grip. Maybe they do even a little bit too much, you know, maybe. But I think what they do is probably the right thing to do, because they have the responsibility to do that, and let time, instead of just saying, okay, oh, now the problem and the nuclear power plant and this, and just wait another 2 or 3 years to have a clearer picture of the situation.
But they can't wait because Japanese government said that 20 millisievert will be acceptable for the local people.
You come back again and again on this issue of 20 millisievert. You know very well that the people don't receive here 20 millisievert. They don't receive 20 millisievert. 20 millisievert is an administrative number that has been put that has been used 5 years ago.
In other words, 20 millisievert would be too exaggerated. So what would be?
It's not too exaggerated. It's a number which is floating here, which has been introduced by the administration at a time 5 years ago, and now when we are talking about those which are in the people who are living in contaminated territories at the moment. They receive doses which are very much lower, in the range of lower than 1 millisievert or a few millisievert as a maximum. And then there is the expectation about what will be the dose for those people that will return to the places where they are not allowed now to return. But when we try to estimate and to guess what could be the dose, maybe they will be in the range of a few millisievert, they will be in the range of maybe up to 10 millisievert. Then there is really a decision here to be made and to see if it is possible to improve further this situation. But nobody is living with 20 millisievert here in
for
Japan.
the inner body exposure, do you believe that there is any threshold, acceptable level?
But this is the basic of radiation protection, that we have no threshold. We assume, because we have no scientific evidence about the impact of exposure at very, very low doses, the basic assumption of all radiation protection is that there is no...
ICRP recommends a certain level of the...
No, we recommend, ICRP is recommending numbers that we don't want to be exceeded. We don't want to be exceeded. The key recommendation of ICRP is, whatever the situation, you try to maintain and to keep doses as low as reasonably achievable. This is the key of ICRP message. And ICRP...
maybe in other words, you said that Japanese government misunderstands ICRP recommendation.
It's not misunderstanding, you know. The recommendation of ICRP related to a nuclear accident or radiation, with an accident involving radiation, were issued in 2009. Publication 109, publication 111. All over the world, you know, nobody has digested this. Nobody. And when the accident happened in 2011, people here were a little bit helpless. They listened to voices, to scientists, they look at the literature, they look at ICRP publications, and they made their own interpretation of what they found. Okay, it turns out that they used numbers that ICRP was, it was their interpretation of the moment. What can I say?
Some journalists who have who went to the Chernobyl, Belarus, told me that the ethos in Belarus was failed because people didn't trust the maybe you.
But you know,
how would you respond to this?
I would respond to you as a journalist. Please go to Belarus. I can give you the list of the village where we have worked, and you do freely, without any pressure. You make your mind. You go there. You discuss with the population.
So you believe that it was successful here?
I don't say anything.
Why?
Go and do your job as a journalist.
It's very important. And the question is very important.
What is important?
This question is very important to answer for you.
But I'm not in the, you know, we are not in a tribunal here. It's not a matter of being in a tribunal. I mean, you ask me this question, you know that you know perfectly well the debate. You go on internet and you can see, you know, you can even see, you can even read on internet.
I come here to meet you, to ask you.
I'm a criminal. I am a criminal.
You're a criminal? No.
No. Yes, I am a criminal. This is written on internet.
We thought that we see you
but
try
of course,
to have second chance here.
No, no. I mean,
am I wrong?
No. Just go there. Just go there, interview the people, discuss with the people, and make your mind. Okay.
Okay.
Through what I have said today, and what you know exactly what I'm saying since years, you know perfectly well my position about ethos and what has been done in some places in Belarus. Of course, it was a big success in terms of helping people to regain control on
some
them.
Local people argue that we could be a guinea pig.
I said that, you know, and some people said that.
I don't say that.
No, but some people. No.
Some people say that.
Which local people?
Fukushima.
In Fukushima?
Yes.
No, but they say that because they are.
They give the data, but they have no treatment. Same as
what about treatment? Which treatment?
Same as Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
No, but you know, we are not living in a perfect world. But personally, when I do something, when I do measurements, when I do something with people, I go back to see these people, I share the information with them, I discuss with them the result, and this is my message. My message is you listen to people, you work with the people, and you treat people in a decent way.
Who treat people?
We. Some people, some professionals are treating people like human beings and respecting these people. And if so, I know that there are criticisms that that we are using people as guinea pig, that we are empowering people and to try to force them to stay in the contaminated territory. I know perfectly well this debate.
Yes, that is why Dr. Wakabayashi was confused. I mean, Wakabayashi? Midorikawa.
Yes.
Because she couldn't understand the reason why they have to do this.
Among the medical professionals will be confusing about measurement of the thyroid cancer. So something. What do you think?
About what?
About some medical professional will be confused about this measurement of the thyroid cancer.
But once again, I'm not a specialist of that. You know what? No, but frankly speaking, you always treat us as we were universal, knowing everything. On everything, I see.
I have a question. The morning session, so unscare the person. She said that so unscare didn't concern about the political issues, but there will be a very independent organization. This time, FMU didn't amend it to unscare, but the ICRP and the IAEA, WHO will correct to amend it to the FMU. What do you think about the political issues? Will you conduct it on the political issues, making a decision as an ICRP?
I don't understand your question really. What's
we heard about the comments of the unscare person in morning session.
Yeah, he said that we are not there to do policy and things like that. Okay.
Yes, they didn't concern about. But ICRP and your vice president will connect it to the policy making to Fukushima Prefectural Office or FMU or something like that.
We have what we have done in the role of ICRP.
No. Yes, ICRP. Yes.
The role of ICRP in Japan was basically to help Japanese people to understand our recommendations, first of all, because we were asked a lot of questions after the accident. You say that in this publication, what does it mean? What is the position of ICRP in terms of basic recommendations? You know, ICRP is not doing regulation. ICRP is just developing generic recommendations based on the best scientific evidence we have at the moment. And
but ICRP and your ethos activities will receive the money from the
industry, yes, from the industry.
French and atomic
but I think
French money from the
we stop here.
Nuclear
village.
No, but you know,
money from the
I see. You try to come. You try to progressively bring back in old story.
But I check the webpage.
Everything is.
I check the webpage.
But
in the ethos, you will receive the money from the French nuclear industry.
No, but I told you, I am a criminal. I am a criminal. And
what do you explain about that situation like that?
It is written on the website.
Yes, I
mean,
that.
there are for years. It's the same story
the
again
ethos
and again. You know,
Fukushima ethos will pay. You pay money from the.
Yes or no?
Or there is a conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. You know, all this is. I am really ignoring that. I think if you want to be good journalist, you go to Belarus, you visit the places where we have been working for 10 years, with even 15 years with the people, you interview the people and you discuss about what happened and so, and you do your job of journalist. And you stop to use a lot of rumors and a lot of attacks that are on internet for 20 years and which are totally irrelevant with regard to what is at stake in the problem of the accident. I mean, the problem is not to know if I am pro or anti-nuclear, if I am paid by the nuclear energy, by the nuclear lobby. The problem is there are people who have been trapped by a nuclear accident, okay? They received exposure, and what can we do to protect these people?
But did you listen about the voice of the Fukushima people? If some people don't want to get connected with the nuclear industry, what do you think about
But I respect all opinions. I mean, there are people who are against nuclear energy. There are people, but this is not the issue. The issue is the problem of people who are living in contaminated territories, who want to live there, and there is a duty to explain them how they can protect themselves. If people are free, those who want to live, they live. Those who want to stay, they stay. And the problem is, as professional radiation protection professional, is to help them to protect themselves, because this is as you know, there are many situations in the world in life.
One of the very important things that disclosure of the information is very important things. But
of course, disclosure is important.
Yes,
but
you explain that the philosophical and background, so that it's very important.
Yes, but I never.
How about money? How about organization?
Okay. No, you know. You are going nowhere with what your questions. Why? Just think about it. Just think about it.
Same thing as